We are approaching the one-year anniversary. We are at the one-year anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine by Russian forces. It was exactly 1 year ago that we awoke to that terrible news. We're going to be speaking to Tom Much, who's a reporter in Kyiv. But first, though, Oleksiy Goncharenko is here, Ukrainian MP for the Odesa region. Oleksiy, thank you very much for waiting for us. We were covering in that minute's silence in Downing Street. Beautiful singing at the end of it. Appreciate your time is very valuable. How are you feeling today, 1 year on from probably when we first spoke?
Yeah, that was a very difficult year, tragic year, and but also historical one. And definitely, I'm now reaching you and joining you from Ukrainian parliament. And I think Putin never thought that in 1 year after start of his invasion, Ukrainian parliament will continue to work, and Ukrainian MPs will be here. And the country will stand, how President Biden said, Kyiv stands tall and proud and free.
Yeah.
That is probably the most important. And in general, like the whole world found Ukraine on the map of the planet, but maybe the most important, that Ukrainians themselves found the strength inside of us to stop this army, or to stop Putin, which so many were afraid of, and to fight for freedom. Not just for ourselves, but for the whole free world.
Yes. And I seem to remember that, I mean, we've spoken many times, you and I, but one of the times we spoke, it was when the Russian tank the Russian tanks were approaching. I think there was something like, 40 of them supposedly coming down in a straight line from north of the country, north of Kiev rather, into the city. They never really made it, did they? Never got there. Ukraine forces managed to keep them away. And I think they were quite surprised that how hard it was going to be to invade, actually, Kiev, the city.
Yeah, that was a Russian military convoy. I don't remember how many miles it was, but it was seen from satellites. And that was shown from everywhere, just showing like that it is impossible to stop it. But we refused to leave Kiev. Me personally, as a member of the parliament, I joined territorial defense, took weapons in my hands, even counting that I've never before had any military experience.
Right.
But we didn't have any other option but just to fight for our city, for our capital, and for our country. That's what we did. And by this, we all together, the nation, stopped aggressor.
I think a lot of people were incredibly in admiration of what you all did, because I remember speaking to some of your colleagues who were further east, who, when I said to them, if the Russians arrive in your city, will you leave? And they said, no, we'll fight them. And I think that's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly why we stopped them, because of all this moral of people, starting from all ordinary people and finishing with members of the parliament and president.
Yeah. And what is life like for you, Oleksiy, on a daily basis? Because sometimes we see pictures of the city and it looks relatively normal, but of course it's not really, is it?
It's very mixed because, sometimes you're walking on the street, people, some cafes open, children, and it looks like absolutely peaceful and normal. But the next moment, air raid signal, can be missile attack, and you understand that unfortunately this awful war still continues. And that is so frustrating, because I can tell you, as a person who was like I told you in the first month we were defending Kyiv, I can tell you that if Ukraine would have in March weaponry that we received in May, June, we would finish everything in April. If we would have more weaponry in summer of last year, maybe we would finish everything in autumn. But we have what we have. We're very thankful for all support we are receiving. I want one more time, sorry for these sounds. I'm in the parliament, and that is the sign we will have voting. Yeah, sorry for this. I want to tell you that we appreciate very much the leadership of the United Kingdom, which UK showed, and several governments, starting from Boris Johnson and Liz Truss, now Rishi Sunak. That is so important. I spoke with Rishi Sunak several days ago in Munich Security Conference, and I said that we are very thankful for all support we are receiving. That is vital, but definitely more should be done in order to finish this war victoriously and quickly. It is possible. It is possible.
Yes. Well, there will be more aid coming shortly, I'm sure. Oleksiy, thank you very much indeed. Oleksiy Goncharenko, the Ukrainian MP in Kyiv there. He's an MP for the Odesa region, which, of course, is one of the areas that the Russians have managed to kind of capture and have managed to occupy. But still the war goes on.